The ENPO has given October 31st deadline to the Nagaland government to submit its comment on the draft memorandum of settlement on the Frontier Nagaland Territory demand that was sent by the centre on December 18th last year. The Neiphiu Rio government has not responded to the draft MOS on the ENPO issue despite repeated reminders by the organisation. The ENPO took this decision at a meeting of its frontal organisation on Friday. Two reminders were sent to the state government by the ENPO recently, one on 23rd August and the last one was on 14th September. Well, highly placed sources stated that centre has not been able to resume its talks with the ENPO because of the delay on the part of the Nagaland government in sending its comments on the draft MOS to the Union Ministry of the Home Affairs. The ENPO has decided to hold its Central Executive Council meeting on November 1st to discuss the future course of action. The sources stated that ENPO may boycott the upcoming Hornbill Festival if the Rio government fails to send its comments on the ENPO draft memorandum settlement by October 31st, which is a set deadline by the ENPO. Well, the Hornbill Festival, which is an annual calendar event, begins on December 1st to December 10th. The ENPO has given October 31st deadline to the Nagaland government to submit its comment on the draft memorandum of settlement on the Frontier Nagaland Territory demand that was sent by the centre on December 18 last year. The Neiphiu Rio government has not responded to the draft MOS on the ENPO issue despite repeated reminders by the organisation. Well, the ENPO took this decision at a meeting of its frontal organisations in Mon on Friday. Two reminders were sent to the state government by the ENPO recently, one on 23rd August and the last one on 14th September. Highly placed sources stated that centre has not been able to resume its talks with the ENPO because of the delay on the part of the Nagaland government in sending its comments on the draft MOS to the Union Ministry of Home Affairs. The ENPO has decided to hold its Central Executive Council meeting on November 1 to discuss the future course of action. Well, sources stated that ENPO may boycott the upcoming Hornbill Festival if the Rio government fails to send its comments on the ENPO draft memorandum of settlement by October 31st. The Hornbill Festival is an annual calendar event which begins on December 1st and continues till December 10th. And joining us live from our newsroom is our senior editor, Chipen Khuvung, to give us more details from this Nagaland's big story. Well, Chipen, if the Nagaland government cannot meet up to the deadline that is set by the ENPO by 31st, what are the future course of action by the ENPO? Are they going to boycott the annual function Hornbill Festival? Chipen.
That's right, Rishma. That's what is in the minds of almost every Naga, almost every media organization across the Northeast, and not just the Northeast, but beyond the Northeast as well. Now, there are speculations that the Eastern Nagaland People's Organization might probably boycott the Hornbill Festival, the 25th year celebrations of the Hornbill Festival, which is the Silver Jubilee celebrations, which is very auspicious. Now, there are speculations that the ENPO might boycott the Hornbill Festival 25th year celebrations, but however, there has been no official confirmation from the ENPO themselves yet. Yes, Rishma, the ENPO has given October 31st as the deadline for the state government, for the Chief Minister Neiphiu Rio-led state government to respond or to comment on the highlight of the draft for the Frontier Nagaland Territory, which was submitted by Home Minister Amit Shah to the state government on the 18th of December 2023. Now, Rishma, let me remind our viewers that it's going to be almost 1 year now since the Home Minister has submitted or handed over the draft to the state government to go through and to consider or to go through the context or the highlights of that. Now, on October, the ENPO, the Eastern Nagaland People's Organization, on August 23rd this year reminded Chief Minister Neiphiu Rio to go through the highlights of the draft of the Frontier Nagaland Territory submitted or handed over by Amit Shah. And again, on September 14th, because of lack of action from the state government or response, the ENPO again sent a follow-up, a reminder to the state government on September 14th. So now, despite repeated reminders to the state government has not acted on the demand or on the request of the Eastern Nagaland People's Organization. Now, one thing is sure that this is a very highly sensitive matter, and this is regarding a creation of a very important administrative setups. Now, the Frontier Nagaland Territory. So. Probably and obviously, for all reasons, the state government is being very cautious here, not to take any steps without giving proper deliberation or without taking proper deliberation. Now, Reshma, coming back to your question, now the Eastern Nagaland People's Organization, they boycotted the Hornbill Festival celebrations in 2022 because of this very issue, because of the impasse in the talks between the center, the state, and the Eastern Nagaland People's Organization on the creation of the Frontier Nagaland Territory. Now, but after much deliberation, after much meeting and talks with the center as well as the state government in 2023 last year, they finally reconsidered and rejoined the celebrations of the Hornbill Festival. But now again, this year is the 25th year celebrations, one of the most important milestones that Nagaland has achieved so far as their culture and tradition is concerned. Now 25th year celebrations is going to be very special. The state government has been making a lot of arrangements. They have been making a lot of arrangements, as I've said, to make the celebrations grand and successful for this year. Now, invitations have already been sent out to different states and even to international countries also. So now, when so much of preparations are going on in the state of Nagaland to ensure that the Hornbill Festival 2024, the 25th year celebrations, is a grand success. Now, with this issue coming into play or occupying a center stage, now there have been a lot of speculations that the ENPO might again retract its decision. It might again back out from participating in the Hornbill Festival. But yes, Reshma, it's too early to speculate. It's too early to give a conclusion because the Eastern Nagaland People's Organizations, People's Organization themselves has not given any concrete confirmation that they are going to back out. Now, Reshma, I have been speaking to some of my friends from the eastern side. Now, I have been informed that there were previous meetings during which they decided that they and again, let me reiterate this is not something that this is not my own words, but this I am sharing these conversations that I had with some of my friends from the eastern side, that there were some meetings before, and during the meetings it was decided that by the frontal organizations, the apex civil societies, that they would not back out of the Hornbill Festival celebrations because the organizations, they have also, after skipping for a year again in 2023, they rejoined and they want to keep this momentum going, and they want to be a part of these auspicious celebrations that will promote their own culture, and in a way participating in this Hornbill Festival will give them an edge, will give them an advantage, because more people will come to know of the eastern side, and it will help them, it will aid them, in their quest for Frontier Nagaland Territory. So for now, there has been no official confirmation from the ENPO that they are going to back out. But again, there are speculations, yes, obviously. But again, there have been reports that they will not back out, but they will continue with their participation in the 25th or for the 25th year celebrations of the Hornbill Festival, Reshma.
All right, Shipen, thank you for all those insights on this big story we are tracking today. Well, the ENPO has given October 31st deadline to Nagaland government to submit its comment on the draft memorandum of settlement on the Frontier Nagaland Territory demand that was sent by the centre on December 18 last year.